In today's video, I'm going to show you how I prep our All About Reading curriculum so that it's an easy open and go system for me throughout the whole year. If you're interested in that, be sure and stick around. All right, welcome or welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am a homeschool mom to a second grader, and we love all things books, homeschool, and sharing our journey with you. And if that is something you're interested in, I would love if you hit that subscribe button. And if you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. So last year I did something a little bit different with All About Reading than I'd ever done before. And I will put that video right here in case you're interested in it, because I'm going to be doing it just a little bit different this year. So first I'll show you what all I have with All About Reading. And that is the 2 leveled readers is what I get for level 3. So we have volume 1 and volume 2. I have the teacher's manual. I have the student packet that comes with all of the phonogram cards and the word cards, as well as stickers and any of the tiles that I'm going to need for the next year. And then last, I have the activity book, which is Swing Into Reading Level 3. You do not have to have one of these boxes. You don't have to have the All About Reading box or the All About Spelling box. You can get any sort of card box. I went ahead and purchased this one because I knew it would fit exactly the way that I needed it to fit. And I have a few of these little foam pieces that it came with. So while we're in between level 2 and 3, I was able to put all my little foam pieces in here. This is All About Spelling back here. And I did purchase the dividers because that is just so helpful. So one of the main things I'm going to have to do to prep for this is to take all of these cards and I have to split them up so that I can get them put in here. This is not something you want to wait to have to do on the day of. You want to prep these, get these all taken apart before you have your actual lessons. So what I do is I just take a few minutes and I bust all of these out. They are perforated and I get them all put into the card book. I get them all put into the card box before our lessons ever start. So before school ever starts, this is getting done. That's what I'm doing today. So let's go ahead and get these all taken apart. So this definitely does take a while. I had to get myself some tea. I definitely recommend get yourself a YouTube video or something to watch while you're doing this, or some music. It does take a while. Usually I might do an audio book or something, but I don't actually have one right now. So it does take a little bit, but it's so much easier to go ahead and just do it now than to try to like take these apart every single lesson where I'm going to need a few. And you could definitely do that, but I really enjoy just having them already taken apart so that I can just pull out what I need. What about you? Have you used All About Reading before? And do you take all the cards apart right away? Or do you maybe just pull out what you need as you go? Because that is totally an option that you could do, is just undo the cards each time that you need them. So put that down in the comments if you use All About Reading. How do you set up for the year? You guys may have an awesome idea that would be really helpful to those that are just getting started and have many levels of All About Reading left to go. So I'm gonna keep watching right now I'm doing some booktube videos. I love to get some good ideas about what to read. And of course, I always watch lots of fun homeschool videos as well. But let's keep going. I'm getting close to having my word cards done. So here we go. So I just have one more sheet of the green, and you'll see there's like extra little pages here. You can actually like use these to write in some that you maybe are having, that they might be having a little bit of issues with, or that you need more practice. You can use that for sure. I do go ahead and take these out and add them just so that if I need them, I have them. And then I will get started on the phonogram cards. So, since I'm almost done with this, I am going to go ahead and get all of the green cards put in to where they need to go in the box. Alright, so all I do is I take out all of my little foam things, and I actually just keep them stored in my old pre-reading box that we got from our very first All About Reading set. So they hold perfectly in there, and then that way I have them for in between levels here. So right here I just put, let's see, so I have my word cards, future lessons. I put that tab right there. That goes with All About Spelling. And then I just put all of these in here, except let's not do it upside down. Then, oh, I'm doing it again. I keep wanting to grab from the opposite side here for some reason. And I don't know, you guys may be able to hear her in the background. She is currently doing dog training, and so she's really praising the dogs right now because they're doing the tricks she wants them to do. So I have a few of the blank cards from last time. I will just go ahead and add those here, and then I'm going to do my phonograms, which really shouldn't take very long at all because there's just a few sheets. Finishing up with my Phonogram sheet here, so you can see there's a lot smaller stack of these. It says that there's 60 cards for our phonograms, and the phonograms are a little bit different than the word cards because they have little sound clues and things for the teacher on the very back to kind of help with that, making sure that you pronounce it correctly. And of course, you can always use the free Phonogram app that All About Reading has, that has the actual sound of the phonogram. So if there's ever a phonogram that's a little bit tricky for you and you want to make sure that you are pronouncing it correctly, that is really helpful. So now I will come in here. I come back to my All About Reading section. I go to my future lessons phonograms, and then I think these should fit. Yes, they do. So I have my level 3 All About Reading set of cards here, and then I have my level 1 All About Spelling. We have one lesson left on All About Spelling, and then these will be switching out also. I'm just going to go ahead and put a few of these in here. I really don't know that I'm going to need all those, but I put them there. Now, let's go to the next step. So when I got the very first set of tiles, we got a ton of these magnets, and so I have just always kept those in this pink storage case. So what I will do is I will take all of these apart and I will stick one of these magnets to the back of them. So you get the kit. There's like a kit that has everything in it the very first time, and you just want to save those so that you can continue to have the little magnetic pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take all of these out, get one of these on the back of it, and then I will just store it inside this right here for me to have. Alright, also I wanted to mention, if you use the All About Reading app, which is an additional purchase. You get the Tiles app. You're not going to need these. So if you have the Tile app and you're not using the actual tiles, you're not going to need this step. You'll just use your app and pull it up. It's fantastic. We use it too, but we also use this. I already have multiples of these, so I'm not actually going to go ahead and put magnetic tiles on these for right now. I'm just going to put them on the very bottom here, so if I lose one, I have it, but I'm just going to put those there. This is just an extra little tile sheet that I have. I'm keeping it. I don't know that I actually need it, but in case I do, I'm going to keep that there. So I'm going to put those right on top. These are my extra ones that we haven't used yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my little magnets here, and you can see it's just got little sticky tape on one side and the magnet on the other. You peel one off. Super duper simple. Take the tape off of the back. Try to center it as much as you can, and there you go. Then it will stick on your tile board. So these are bright pink. So something is changing for level 3 where we will be using a bright pink. So this, we already have a Y, which is we have a blue and a red one. Now we have a pink one, so we will be using that with this banner here. And so I will just go ahead and take all of these apart and get a little magnet put on the back of them. Okay, so I am all done with that. I'm going to put my extra magnets back in this little Ziploc, as well as add all of these new ones to here. Again, you could wait to do all of this, but it's going to make it so much easier on you as a teacher to already have these already put with their magnets on there, and that way when your teacher's manual tells you to pull out the pink S, you have it. It's going on there. It's in here, and then I know where I always keep them, which is right inside this hot pink little storage box. Okay, now I do nothing with the teacher's manual. The manual is as is. I don't do anything with it. It stays just like this. Same thing with the readers. I don't do anything with them. So they just kind of get set over at the side. Now last year, I actually went ahead and I cut the spine off of this. I removed all of the pages that I needed to do, and I put them in a binder. Put my little stickers right here, and I used everything. I didn't actually have, this book had been taken apart completely and it became the binder. This year I am debating leaving them in here and pulling them out as I need them, and then adding them to the binder with my sheet protectors. So I have all these sheet protectors, so I would count up how many I needed, put them in here, and then when I was done with activity number 1, I would put it in the first slip. So if you really want to continue to prep really hard, you can take this out and you can cut it all. I don't cut these. I do not pre-cut because I think that is a great opportunity for her to practice using her scissors. And they've got these nice dotted lines so she can just really practice using her scissors. But there is one section I do pre-cut, and let me find one because they're called the word flippers. And I know there's going to be some in here because there always is. So let's look here. Here we go. Found one. These are word flippers. So I do always take these out and prep these because you have to cut all these out and then you have to attach them and you have to staple them so they become a little word flipper. So I am going to for sure take these out, and I could even just put them in their own little sheet. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. Then when it's done, it will go into the protective sheet of this, but then I can just come in here and rip it out every time that we need one of the lessons. Now in your activity thing, you are going to have quite a few cutting activities that you'll need to do. So if you don't want your student to cut, then you may want to plan a little bit in advance for those. And like I said, I always do the word flippers because they do take a little bit of time. And then there is at the very, very beginning your checkoff sheet where every time you complete a lesson, you will put a little sticker. So I don't know, last time I took this out and I added it to the front, and I'm just trying to think about how I want to do that this year. This is my very last step, and then everything is prepped. So for this year, I'm definitely not going to take all the activities out because I only have 32 sheets to use this time, so I have to get some more ordered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 32 protective sheets and I'm going to put them in here. Now, if you do not want to save your curriculum to reuse or to sell, you don't need this step at all. You can just use your activity sheet and throw it away. But if you are using it and you have another child that you're going to want to use this level 4, I highly recommend doing this, because at the end of the year you're going to have all of your activities right here, because as long as you don't mark all over them, you can reuse them. The only difference is going to be that they are all for sure cut up this time. So I'm going to put all of those in there. These are what I have right now. So I've got to get some more ordered. So what I will do is I'm just going to leave my book as is, except for my word flippers. And I'm going to go ahead and take those out and add them here so that I have my word flippers ready. And then I will add as I go. These are all perforated, so they just come out very nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and do one set of word flippers for you so that you can see. They don't take a lot of time, so you really wouldn't have to prep these either, but for some reason, for this section, I really do like to prep this also. This is just another extra step that I feel is worth its time to be able to have completed and ready to go for that lesson. All right, I have my scissors and my stapler. That's all you need for this. You're just going to cut along the lines. All right, so you want to make sure that you don't cut off your little blue section here, because this is going to be the title, so you know what word flipper you have. Then you take all of your little pieces and you're going to line them up for getting stapled. You just line them all up like that. Put them over here with the staple like so. Try to get them as close as you can so that they'll flip really good. And that's why I say I like to do these in advance, so that I don't have to be rushed with these right before a lesson. And then you can see how they will flip, and it uses the end of this to do all of these words. So I do like to have these done, and then what I will do is I will just prep all of these and put them in one of these sleeve protectors. Okay, so I took all of the word flippers out of the activity book and I have prepped those. I actually only had like 4 sets of them this time, but even that took quite a while to get all of the flippers for each one done, because they need to be lined up really good to make sure that they flip good. So I would definitely recommend prepping these ahead of time. Everything else I'm leaving in here except for her progress chart. I put that in here because when I take out an activity from one lesson, I will just add it into this. And if I wanted, and what I'm going to do is I just took this out of the top. I'm going to slide this right in here. This is pretty much my student packet. Last time I cut the binding, so if you're interested to see how I did it last year, I'll put that link right here as well as down below. That way you can see the 2 different ways that I've done it. Either way, it's definitely worth the time to prep some of these things, because I think you will thank yourself later when you're actually in the program. Overall, I can't say enough good things about All About Reading. As I was putting this together, I was just kind of smiling to myself because it's such a great program. It's the only curriculum I've never wondered about what we're going to do the next year, because this is it. We always just know what a fantastic program it is, how well it works for us. So if you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming content, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye, friends!